Hello, my name is Connie Liu. I'm an undergraduate at MIT, and today we're going to be talking a little bit more about common parts of the cell and why they are necessary for a cell to even be a cell. So if you remember, there are two types of cells. There's prokaryotic and there's eukaryotic. Eukaryotic ones are much more complex. They have organelles within them, and they're usually a lot larger. Prokaryotic are usually the ones that are making up, say, bacteria or simpler organisms that are usually single-celled. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is why each of these cells need a cell membrane. And that's just because these cells need to be protected from the outside world. Obviously, the outside world can be pretty dangerous and it can harm the cells a lot. And then by having a cell membrane, these cells are able to both protect themselves and contain all of their parts in one single place. So all of it can be accessed and used as a single system. The next thing we'll talk about is the genetic material. So all cells also have genetic material that can be DNA, RNA, circular, or linear. So there's a lot of different variation, but no matter what, they need to have genetic material. The reason for this is one, they need to pass on their genetic information to future cells. So if they make another cell, they want it to be the exact same so they can continue living on with their legacy or with future generations. So they need to pass on the information of how to be just like themselves through genetic material. So that's why all cells need genetic material. All cells also have cytosol, and that's essentially the liquid inside the cell that kind of suspends everything. If a cell didn't have cytosol, it would kind of just be a empty bag of genetic material, and the next thing we're going to be talking about, which is ribosomes. And that wouldn't be very helpful because it wouldn't be able to easily access each other. So the ribosomes could be in one corner of the cell and the genetic material in the other, and they wouldn't be able to interact because they don't have a medium to share. And it kind of just gives the cell a bit of structure and shape to it. Now moving on to ribosomes. Ribosomes are basically used to create proteins, and in order for a cell to have any type of function, all that the DNA is just, or any the genetic material is you can think of it as a library. So it contains all the information, but if you don't do anything with that information, it's essentially useless. So say you go to read a lot at the library, but if you never use any of the information you read, such as about biology or chemistry, then all this information is floating in your head, but you're not making any changes or any difference in the world. So what you can think of it is the DNA or the genetic material is the library, and the ribosomes are the people. So the people are taking in that information and then outputting something useful. And in this case, the something that's useful is going to be proteins. So those are the common parts of the cell and why we have to have each of them in order for a cell to be a cell.